Hey guys, welcome to our channel Rooted Vagabonds, where we share our experience on the trail and the gear that we use to hopefully improve your time on the trail. And in this video, we're going to be going over what shoes to use. I do want to add as a disclaimer that all these shoes that I have are my shoes. I bought them. I'm not sponsored by anybody, nor do I have any affiliate links in my description. I do that on purpose because I want to have a non-objective outlook on these shoes. So whether I like them, or any gear that I use for that matter. So whether I like them or I don't like them, I'm going to be honest and objective in my reviews, and hopefully you'll follow us on some of the trails that we've been on and enjoy the fun that we have. First up on the list is what I'm going to call the Columbia Junk Boot. This boot here, I know that you have seen this thing in multiple department stores. You've probably seen them online. They're fairly decent. They're fairly decently priced. The materials, they're made of leather. They seem like a tough boot. Only time I ever use them is when I'm painting and I'm tilling up my garden. Never take them on the trail. Whatever that's worth, could be a good boot if it's all I had and all I could afford, but I have other options and I don't ever use it. Next up on the list is the New Balance. It's a trail shoe. I got this thing because I couldn't pass it up. They were $40. I think I got them at Dunham Sports, and I don't like them. They're stiff as a board. They do this crazy wrinkly thing right here when I walk, and it drives me crazy. It doesn't feel like there's much shock absorption in the sole. Not much more worth talking about. This is a shoe by Columbia, and this shoe right here really shocked me. I think the price point on this thing is around $60. And if you're looking for a cheap, say around $60, trail runner that you want to try out, you ain't never used trail runners, I highly recommend this one. I still use this on the trail when I'm day hiking or just hiking local trail systems. I go to this because I just don't want to wear out my ultras. This is a go-to shoe for me, and for the price, I'm blown away by the performance. It does have a high arch support. If you're someone like me that doesn't necessarily like a high arch support, this might not be a shoe for you, but if that's something you need, the shoe's comfortable. It's really lightweight. It performs way above what I ever expected it to for what it was. For the price, entry level, gets my vote. It's a good shoe. Now I'm going to go to the Merle. Yeah, I'm from Kentucky. We have Merles in Kentucky, so I call this Merle. However you pronounce it, this is just an all-around great boot for the price point. I think this particular boot stays around the $100 mark. This is a waterproof one. I don't necessarily... Hey everybody, I just want to show you my wife. She likes to FaceTime me when I'm up here recording a video. Say hello to my wife in YouTube land. Hello.
It sounded like you was tearing the house down.
I'm throwing my shoes in the closet, hon.
I love you.
This is like the third time I've had to retake this video. And it's a daggum show about shoes. But this boot is a great boot. There's a lot of boots that are real similar to this that are in the same price point. I don't know if this one just, outperforms the other ones or the other ones outperform it. I'd say they're all real similar. Really, really comfortable. I took this on the Fiery Gizzard Trail, and it did real good. The first time I went on it, I wore these, and literally I got my feet beat all to heck wearing them. So the next time I took these, I was nervous about hiking as many miles because I hadn't really probably did over 4 miles in these boots. And so the weekend before, I hiked a trail, hiked about 10 miles. And then the very next weekend, I did about 14 miles on the Fiery Gizzard Trail, and they done really, really good. I got a hot spot, right there, but no blistering. Of course, I use Darn Tough socks. I love them, and they're worth mentioning in this video. So if you're looking for socks, Darn Tough is my favorite. I don't get blisters. I probably would have had a blister in these if I wouldn't have had them socks on. course, these are waterproof. I'm not necessarily a fan of waterproof. I prefer things that are quick wicking, but when it's cold and it's snow outside, I do prefer waterproof then. The soles on these things are tough. I'm not sure if these are Vibrams, but I do know that they have Vibram soles on some of their shoes. No, these ain't Vibram. But the soles on these things, man, they got some cleats on them. They do real well in slippery conditions. Big fan of this boot. And not only on the trail, man, these boots look good in a pair of jeans. I wear these out. So these boots get a lot of use. They hold up well. I mean, you can just wear them and wear them and wear them. And you know, this thing is probably this pair of shoes right here is probably 8 months old, and they still look really good. I've worn them out shopping. I've worn them out on the trail, worn them to church. I mean, I've just wore the crap out of these boots, and I love them. And that's not to say that if I bought, say, a pair of Keen or something that's real similar to these, I wouldn't love them too. I've always, this is the boot that I've always gotten in this type of boot, and man, I can't say enough good things about them. I love them. And last but not least, the Ultra. Lone Peak, this is the Lone Peak 5. Right now they have the Lone Peak 6s, and man, this shoe has surprised me. Like, I love this shoe. I was nervous about getting the drop sole, or the zero drop sole, and probably because I just read some things before I bought them where people had bought them and went on the trail and their legs got, it hurt their legs really bad, and just those nightmare situations. So when I bought them, I just tested them out on local trails and stuff like that, and my legs acclimated to them really well. I actually like the feel of this. It's there's not a lot of arch support. It has a big toe box. It just mainly just locks your heel in and lets the rest of your foot be free. I love the traction on these shoes, and man, I just can't brag enough about them. It's got this kind of like ripstop fabric up here on the top. It's they dry fast. I've had these things, I mean, completely underwater, and they dry really fast. Do not set them close to the fire. If you're going to dry these out, don't think that setting them close to the fire is going to do any good, because it will melt these soles quick. And these soles, I love that it's just even. It's even right through here, and at the front of your foot you got a fat sole, whereas opposed some of them just gets real skinny towards the front. I love that you have a lot of cushion on the front. I love how the wide toe box lets your toes spread, and it really simulates how you can, how your foot would perform if it was barefooted. The sole is very flexible in multiple directions. I find that beneficial when I'm walking over roots or just different terrain, rocks. I love to be able to feel the trail underneath my feet. A lot of times I'm filming, and so I'm not looking down at my feet. So to be able to feel it with my feet is important to me. I just can't say enough good things about these. These right now, you could probably get the Lone Peak 5 for under $120, but from what I understand, a lot of people love these and has bought them up on that sale price, so they might be hard to find. But the Lone Peak 6 is out, and whatever they're priced at, they're worth it. I think $140 for the newest pair, for the price. I haven't wore anything like Hoka's or anything like that, or Solomon's, so I have really not much to compare it to except for this one and the New Balances. But I don't know. I love these so much that I don't know if, I'll probably try something in the future. And if you want me to try something out and you want me to test it and send me some free gear, hey, I'm up for that too. But I don't mind buying my own stuff. But anyhow, there's my shoe selection. I'm not here to tell you which shoe to buy I'm not here promoted by any shoe brand. I'm just here sharing my experience with the shoes that I currently own. I hope this helps you out. I hope that when you're trying to make a decision, if you haven't ever done much hiking, but you've caught the bug, you got out on a trail with a friend and you're like, oh my God, I love this. Now you're looking at some trail runners or you're looking at some hiking boots. You know, you can go either way. I think for me personally, I prefer the trail runner, and I wear the trail runner. I wear the trail runner until the terrain forces me to wear my trail boots or the weather, whichever one. So this is not what I go out on when I'm going to go hiking. This isn't my first choice. Trail runners are until it's not practical to wear them. Then I switch to my boots. I am a weekend warrior. I'm not a through hiker, and so I don't know what I would choose if I was planning a through hike, which I do plan to do here in a couple years or a few years, however long it takes me to be ready for one. If you don't mind a little more weight for the security and protection of your feet, I would probably go with a boot. If you don't want your feet to get wet, I'd probably go with a waterproof boot. Only problem with that is if it don't let water in, it doesn't let moisture out, so your feet sweat. That's something to consider. Like I mentioned earlier, a good sock makes all the difference in the world. I love Darn Tough socks, and I probably won't ever buy another pair other than Darn Tough. They come with a lifetime warranty. They're a little pricey. They're $25 a pair, but well worth it. If you're a weekend warrior, you're never going to need more than 2 pair. So, and really depending, I've been on a lot of weekend trips that I didn't even change my socks. I used the same socks the whole trip. So, whatever floats your boat. But for me personally, I prefer trail runners. They perform better. They're light. They don't hurt my knees as bad. They don't hurt my back as bad. But these right here, they give me more protection on more, strenuous trails with a lot of, say maybe boulders and big rocks that you're having to walk over constantly on the trail. These serve better. When you bang your toes up against stuff, it's a lot nicer to have these than these. But anyways, hey, I love you guys. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to our channel. It helps support us. It helps support our algorithms. Hit the like button. See you on the next trail.